Despite infamously saying that love is for poor people, the multi-billionaire founder of dating website Seeking Arrangements says that he's finally found the one.
51-year-old Brandon Wade proposed to his 21-year-old girlfriend, Dana Rosewell, after meeting through his own agency.
And as they vow to waive their right to divorce to prove their love is eternal, the couple join us now from Las Vegas. So good morning, welcome. It's lovely to see you both here. Brandon, let's start with you, first of all, because originally this dating website was called Seeking Arrangements. It's now known as Seeking. So just explain a little bit about what it is and what it does.
So Seeking Arrangement, when I launched it, I wanted to find a better platform to date on, and that was actually one of my mother's idea, was to study hard, focus on your school, and when you're successful, it'll be easier for you to find the one. So that was really the premise for the website, and it was to match sugar daddies with sugar babies. The website has since been rebranded and changed, and now Seeking.com is really for people who are looking to date up.
Well, you've been married 3 times before, and there was that quote that we just read out then, love was invented for poor people. What sort of state was your heart in? What led you to say something like that?
Well, I'll tell you what, when I was a little boy, I believed in true unconditional love. And then when I grew up, one heartbreak after another, I started to question if human is even capable of unconditional love. And you can see why, because when you date someone who is insecure, the kind of love you receive from them is very insecure in nature. And if you date someone who is, say, very angry at themselves, then the type of love that they express to you is one of a lot of anger. And so after a lot of my own sort of experiences, I thought love was actually very conditional. And of course, it was until I met Dana, when I was really at a point of despair, having really given up on love, that changed my entire view.
So Brian, it would be fair to say that you were on there looking for a sugar baby. Dana, what about you? What drew you to that website? What were you looking for?
A few of my friends were on it before I was, so that's how I kind of found out about it. But for me, I was just being open-minded. I wanted someone with a successful mindset, and that doesn't mean finances or anything. It's a certain mindset that people have, so that's what I was looking for when I was on the site.
Well, but can't you find that, Dana, on other more conventional dating sites? I mean, I'm going to say this, it's a bit cynical, but and it's a line that's been used before. What attracted you to this multi-millionaire?
Well, actually, I read his whole... Right when I went on the site, he was big picture of himself right there, of course, promoting himself. So I clicked on it and I was like, I've never even thought of the owner of this site, who started this. So I read his bio and I was like, for someone who is successful in terms of finances in this reality, he had an extremely open mind. And so I actually reached out to him first. I was like, hey, I read through your whole bio and I think we get along great.
And so people are often surprised that your relationship is actually very normal.
It is very normal. I think people look at maybe my Instagram or even the nature of the website and they think, Brendan lives a really extravagant life. And I think, a lot of it was me looking for love in all the wrong places over the years. I thought at one point, because human love was so conditional, that maybe the way to feel a lot of love was to live the Hugh Hefner lifestyle, and I was in pursuit of that. But I realized soon in time that I was very wrong, because at the depths of it, even when I was looking for multiple girlfriends, I was actually extremely unhappy.
Well, you got engaged in January this year, and it didn't go for a huge ring. It was one of the cheaper Cartiers that you went for, and you're getting married this week, and say it's not going to be a massive wedding. For us, the thing that we were talking about this morning before we met you was I'd never heard, Holly'd never heard, that this waiving the right to a divorce. What does that mean?
Well, it was kind of funny because we were actually on a TV interview in London with Olivia Atwood for a show called Getting Filthy Rich. And she was asking us if we would ever consider getting married. And at that time, both of us, neither one of us wanted to even consider that marriage again, especially after 3 divorces. But we did say, if we would ever consider marriage ever again, then a vow needs to be unbreakable, and we need to step in it with 2 feet. And if we were to do that again, we would forever waive our right to a divorce. And that was the idea that eventually came from that interview that we decided to execute on.
And so, I mean, you know, there is this age gap, and we've spoken to people that have got bigger age gaps than you, and really when it comes to love, you know, age is but a number and it's not important. But there will be people that will be watching this saying, this isn't going to work, this isn't right, she's in it for the money, he just wants a young sort of trophy wife on his arm. And people can be incredibly cruel. What do you say to them?
I will say I get it. I get your cynicism, you know, and I'm, in a sense, the culprit of that, because I launched the website that was really talking about superficiality and how, in fact, I didn't even believe in love. I was saying that it was actually a concept invented by poor people, and all you really need to be successful at finding love is just success and money. And I am wrong. But you know what? Let our marriage be that sort of proof. It might take a few years. It might take 5, 10, 20. But look at our marriage and see it for yourself. And if we're still together years on from now, then all I will say is I hope to give each and every one of you their hope that true unconditional love really does exist. It is actually a choice. You have to make that choice.
You have to stay together because you've decided to waive the right to divorce. So no matter what, if we come to you in 10 years, you might be incredibly unhappy if you can't get divorced.
Well, in that case, we have to really work hard to make sure we have an incredible relationship. And that's the whole point of this exercise to begin with. And that is the nature of true love.
Well, your the website has changed as well, as much as sort of your journey. It's mirrored it, hasn't it? Because actually the website has changed its name now. It's undergone a rebrand. It's no longer Seeking Arrangements. It's just Seeking, which can be love or an arrangement of whatever you choose.
And really, the message I want to send to people is whatever you seek, as long as you put your heart into it, you will find it. And for me, obviously, true love was what I was looking for all my life, and thank goodness I found it.
My God, I hope you two are happy forever, because it's a lovely story.
Yeah.
It really is, absolutely. As I said, you were getting married on Thursday. Dana, what sort of a wedding is it going to be?
Unlike any wedding, I would say it's very untraditional. Everyone's asking me, you know, what are you wearing? It's very untraditional. Everyone will see after the wedding, but
is it lavish? Is it going to be a big sort of lavish, expensive affair?
No, it's about the experience. We want everyone that's coming and everyone that's watching to almost be immersed with it. So it's about the experience for not just a day to celebrate us, but all of our guests and just love around the world. So that's what we're aiming for with this wedding. Yeah,
how could you take love and turn it into an experience for everybody to sort of feel it and see it and taste it?
So a lot of light with this wedding.
I'm intrigued. Well, listen, we won't ask you for any more information. I don't think you're going to give it to us anyway, because it's obviously a surprise. But have a lovely day together and a very happy marriage.
Thank you so much.
Happy future.
Thank you.
Lovely.